Hey everybody, it's been a while. Time to finally do an update tour on the garden. I think it's the last day of May. So let's see how the garden's doing, show you the wins, show you the losses, the troubles. Let's start with collecting some eggs. My wife mistakenly bought these meat birds as chicks. They're humongous. Look at them compared to my regular chickens. And I got this lady in the back. I'm gonna have to interrupt her to collect these eggs. I haven't been out here in a few days. It's probably at least a dozen eggs. I only have 4 egg layers right now, but they still do a pretty good job for us. Let me shoo her off the eggs and grab them. Look at that, not too shabby at all. 18 eggs. That's good, we're down to 1 egg left in the fridge. Let me go put these down and we'll continue, see what's up with the actual plants in the garden. Okay, so moving on from the chickens, it's the first raised bed that's near them. These are the potatoes. They're growing strong. They're looking really good. But if you look over here, this backside is not doing as good. I don't know if something's been hopping around in here or not, but I see it's getting yellow. Maybe it's just getting closer to time to actually harvest. I won't harvest them until the plants basically totally die back. Over here I have a strawberry patch. They're doing pretty good so far this year. We come out here, we're getting like a bowl of strawberries every day. And this bed's just doing all right. I got some lettuce in the front. I plugged in like 4 tomatoes. 3 of them are doing really well. This other one I snapped accidentally when I put it in the ground, but still left it there to see if it's gonna make it. And I put like a squash of some sort in the middle. I forget. I won't remember until I actually see the fruit of it. But let me get these strawberries and let's see how many we got today. Yeah, it's not a bad little berry harvest at all. I'm getting about this much every morning when we come out here. I'm also dealing with my little chicks are small enough that they can get through the fence. So they are in here. I have to throw away about like half a dozen strawberries just because they peck at them. This is a money berry right here. It's like a perfectly ripe one. A lot of them I'll take even if they're not perfectly ripe, just so we can eat them instead of the chickens. But there's a ton to get out here still. So should be looking forward to a few more weeks of getting berries every day. Let's keep it moving. This is the compost pile. Still haven't bothered cracking that open yet. I just fill it up all the time, like overflowing, and it settles back down, so something good must be going on in there. I was gonna get into it this year, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to. I might wait till later in the year. I don't know. We'll see. All right, this is my first raised bed over here. This is peppers and some tomatoes, like some cucumbers and stuff. These aren't doing that great. They're actually doing better than they were. They were like really yellow. I've been hitting them with some fish emulsion, like liquid fertilizer. It seemed to have brought them back, but I don't know, they were having some real trouble at first. It might be a little stunted, but they look a lot better, honestly, than what they did even like a week or 2 ago. Tomatoes doing okay. Some of them more than others. I have to start staking them up. I got the stakes in the ground, but I didn't bother actually tying them up yet. This is the other raised bed. Has some peppers, some eggplant. The eggplant are doing pretty good. They're a Chinese eggplant. I think I got Chinese eggplant and a Japanese eggplant. They're like the longer eggplant instead of the bulbous ones, like the Italian, which I think they actually taste a lot better, so that's what we grow now. Then I got some, I I forget actually what I plant. I try to put a cucumber or like a melon on the edge so it can either overflow the bed or like, you know, flow out of the bed in the corners or climb up these trellises I got set in. My next bed, I got, these next two metal beds are doing really good. But as you can see, there's just like a ton of sunflowers. I had a lot of sunflower mixed in with the soil, I guess from the bird feeders, and I just kind of let them go. I was like, let's see what happens. And they overtook the bed a lot. I've been ripping them out, this one and the other bed, but I'll probably rip out some more. I figured that would be good for the birds if I let them grow. So, trying to keep them alive. But the peas are doing good. Some of them just started to flower. I'm like waiting to actually get some food from these things, but they started flowering. So I'm actually gonna get some peas now. Besides the peas, stuff I actually planted, I got some lettuce in here, which looks about ready. I might take some of that today. And then I got a lot of beans. I did dragon tongue and some other green bean variety. I forget what exactly. Then I got some cucumbers on the side here. They were struggling at first, but now they're looking pretty healthy, honestly. They got really dark green leaves. And they're putting out some flowers. So hopefully that means cucumbers soon. This raised bed also, I did a lot of peas like around the outside. They're just starting to flower here. I think I did like a sugar snap pea or something like that. But besides that, I got a lot of beans in here, and you see the sunflowers just taking over. With these two raised beds with all the sunflowers, that's from the soil I took from my chicken run. And I guess those chickens end up missing a ton of sunflowers because I'm just like inundated with them. But I'm just rolling with it, seeing how it does. These beans, I thought they were like a bush bean, but now that I'm looking at them, maybe not. But they're filling in pretty nicely. They look like they're about to finally flower for me, start giving me some beans. And then also in this super densely packed bed, I got radishes. I think I'm gonna go in here and try to grab some radish because I thought I saw some peeking. It's really hard to see what's going on in here. But I thought I saw some peeking. I'm gonna reach in here and try to harvest my first radishes. All right, so a little bit of a mixed bag with the radishes. This is the first time actually growing them. Red ones look a little undersized. White ones looking good. I got one that cracked. I accidentally yanked a daikon. But I definitely learned a little lesson here because this is just a jungle. It's hard to tell what's going on with the radishes. I know I planted a lot of the daikon towards the back here. So I am going to just let those continue to grow. I tried to take ones where I saw like some shoulders peeking out above the soil. Mostly it looked like the white ones were doing okay. I don't know, maybe those red ones are just supposed to be small. I always forget what I plant. The white ones look pretty good. I'm gonna clean those up, give them a try. Look at that sad little daikon out there. I know the daikon should take like a lot longer because they're supposed to get really big. And they're certainly not anywhere close yet. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, before I show the rest of the actual food forest, show some of these trees here. This is a Nikita's Gift persimmon. It's just doing okay. Planted it recently. It's not in the best spot. Oh, look at that. Looks like a pumpkin made it. But this tree is doing pretty good. This is a Spice Z Nectaplum. I just planted this year. And it actually started fruiting. I let it keep 2 fruit. I think only 2. I tried to pluck everything else off. But I'm like, awesome. If I can actually get to taste that first year, I'm not gonna be mad. This was a failed flower attempt, but we'll try it again. Another tree I just planted this year. I think that's a Double Delight. Nectarine. See some hostas we got going and pots we're gonna put around. Another first year tree. Sugar Twist Pluary. These are the Hascap honeyberries. I picked these up from someone on Facebook. Like fully matured plants. Doing pretty good. I just put them in the ground this year. It's another first year tree. This one's doing really good. My grapes out of control along the grounds. As you can see, I started with these T-posts along the fence, started making a support for them, but that's been slow going. Got a little frustrated because on some of these T-posts I was like running into roots or something. I was just using a sledgehammer, like a little 3-pound mallet, and that's kind of hard to do, like standing on a flipped over bucket trying to smash those in, so I have to actually get a post driver. This is the second Hascap. I thought I saw some berries floating around here somewhere. It'd be cool to get to try the berries. The first year having them in the ground. I thought I saw them. Yeah, I'll look later. Another first year tree. This one's looking real good. And like the branching is really nice on that one. Happy how that one's coming along. I put random little tomatoes in the ground. I have so many tomato seedlings. This is a volunteer sunflower. Another volunteer sunflower is not doing nearly as good. This is my third Hascap honeyberry. Doing good. Maybe it's not going to give me any fruit the first year, but that's not really a big issue. Next year it should go off pretty good. Oh, some new addition also besides the... Another reason why I need this trellis is I got these hardy kiwis. I got 4 of them, 3 female, 1 male. I got them planted along the fence here. The one female didn't look like she made it, so the other 3 are doing good though. These berries are looking almost edible. I always forget what these are. This is a little berry bush that was on the property when we moved here and I let it stay. I try to let the berries get really dark, but they're still like super sour, so I kind of just let the birds have at them. Oh man. These grapes getting out of control. Took out this poor sunflower. This is an Asian pear, which I'm surprised it didn't fruit this year. Even though it's only been in the ground 2 years, but it's got a pretty decent size on it. Okay. This is a horseradish. It's actually a horseradish I just didn't bother digging up last year, and it came up this year, and it looks pretty good. So looks like I'll have a ton of, it looks a lot better than it did the first year. So it looks like I'll have a ton of horseradish to, enjoy later on in the year. This is some weed. I thought it has like the same structure as a ground cherry, but it's not a ground cherry, but it looks pretty cool. And it's flowering. I figured, we'll let the bugs have it. Put in some new pomegranates. I got 4 new pomegranate bushes I just put in this year. Let's see here, my Rainier cherry tree. I think it only had like 2 flowers, but this thing's getting pretty massive. I'm gonna have to top it or something, because this thing's probably like 10 feet tall already. And right over here, this is my peach tree, which looking more like a peach bush. I pruned it super heavy, but I guess, I don't know, maybe it still wasn't enough, but it's growing good and it has a lot of peaches. So I'm hoping I actually get to enjoy some peaches this year because there's a lot of them. The tree is looking really healthy. I tried to have the open center going, but once it grew in, it just swallowed up every branch. Got the little chicks running around like to steal my strawberries, but that's my own fault for not making a better structure for them. Getting some fruits dropping, but that's okay because there's 1,000 of them. I tried thinning, but I didn't do the best job at thinning, honestly. And some of these branches, once these like lower ones are like hitting the ground, they're probably gonna get totally lopped off at the end of the season. This is another honeyberry I got off someone. I had some boreal varieties. It's like Boreal Beast, Boreal Beauty, and Boreal Blizzard. They're mostly doing pretty good. I'd imagine it's gonna be a few years before I get any fruit from them. Oh, that's another thing to mention. I started putting underneath some of the fruit trees, and it's gonna continue with this. I have strawberries, which underneath the peach tree is not that great because it's gets a lot of shade. Makes more sense under some of the other trees. But then also some different herbs. A lot of the herbs don't like full sun, so it kind of makes sense for the herbs. But the strawberries under there are not working that great. But under some of the other trees, it's working good. All right. Here I got one of my original wood beds, wood raised beds. I got a ton of tomatoes. Doing the single stem method, I cut back a lot on the tomatoes. I have just 2 rows of tomatoes in 2 of the beds. I did have like 4 rows of tomatoes in each bed. They ended up growing and they were producing a ton of tomatoes, but I was running into a lot of disease issues, even though I was getting a ton of food. So I'm trying out like giving them a little more airflow. And in between here, these little wispy things, these are shallots that I started from seed. Let's see how those do. I have a decent amount of them that popped up. You see all like the little wispy looking things that look like grass kinda. And then I have some flowers. These just came back from last year, I didn't plant them. I have this basil. Actually, I need to harvest some basil. I put these little mini marigolds, from seed, they all came up good. These volunteer sunflowers. I decided to let some of the sunflowers just stay. And then I got a borage at the end here. Really like the borage. I think this is a volunteer tomato actually that I didn't plant because I don't have a stake next to it. But maybe I'll just let that go and like just kind of fall out of the bed and see what happens. Get some more free food out of it. But the tomatoes are looking real healthy. I'm getting some flowers already. I think in the other one I have some little mini tomatoes going. Got my pear tree here. This is the Starking Delicious. Didn't flower for me this year, but it's looking healthy. This is my Italian plum. Also didn't flower, but growing great. Hopefully next year it gets me. This is an artichoke that came back on its own. And this is like a massive blackberry bush, I guess you'd call it. Sweetie pie blackberry. I got 3 clusters of them around. But you can see how massive this thing is. And all the flowers, all the fruit, the little berries already on it. So I'm hoping for like a crazy year for blackberries because it certainly looks like it's gonna be. Besides my ones that I planted on purpose, I have this wild blackberry that came up from behind the fence, and I let one of them go and see what happens. And that thing's taking off too. Look at that. Look at all these berries. So I get to have a little competition, I guess. See which one I like better, the wild one or the one I planted. The good thing about the one I planted is it's totally thornless. Not even any little fuzz, nothing. Look how big these canes are. It's ridiculous. And it's trying to shoot up so many more. Some of them I've just been like ripping out of the ground. The ones that pop up here I'm iffy on because I don't know if it's coming from the thorn variety or not. Here is my other persimmon. What's the variety? Ichikikai Gyro. Oh, let me try that again. Ichikikai Gyro. Gyro? Not 100%, but it's looking good. First year it didn't look like anything, but now it's got a ton of great leaves on it. This is, I forget what this is, but it's a totally thornless one too, which is nice. It's giving me some berries. I guess I'll know what it is once the berries form, but I think it's like a purple raspberry. I forget the name of it. I'll have to look that up. Along this bed frame here, I have more peas. They're just looking all right, nothing too great. Got like a cucumber here, another type of squash over here. Oh, there's another one of my kiwis, hardy kiwi berries. They're growing great. When I got them, they were just like little sticks. Another artichoke that popped up on its own. One of my blueberries, another blueberry plant. This one's actually throwing some fruit this year, which is nice. Not a ton, but I'll take it. All right, let's talk about this other raised bed here, my other tomato raised bed. Stand back. Same thing, single stem, one pole going up. In the future, I'll probably make some type of structures, and so I don't have to use the poles. But for now, I'm using the poles. And here, I planted onions. I think a red variety and a white or yellow variety. I don't remember exactly. But those I started from, not seed, like the little, I forgot what you call them, but it's like little mini onion bulbs, sets, I think. I put those in the ground and they're doing pretty good, except they look, a lot of these, I don't know if this is just normal, but a lot of them is just like really floppy. It's like they get these hollow leaves that just kind of flop over. We've had a lot of rain. I don't know if maybe that's the reason, but they're growing good. Stem's looking pretty thick. Whoop. And here I'm actually getting some tomatoes. My first tomato, right there. But when you're growing these tomatoes so close like this, you really got to stay on top of pruning, getting rid of the suckers, which I don't mind. I'm out here a lot anyway. All right, this raised bed. This is my garlic bed. It's looking like it's starting to get almost time to harvest. Here I actually have scapes I can harvest, which I'm gonna take these right now. I've never had a garlic scape in my life, so I finally get to try them. As you can see, this side of the bed looks a lot bigger and healthier than this side. This side I planted in October of 24, and then I ran out of bulbs or cloves, so I just left this side blank until like the beginning of this year. And then I put some, I think it was just like Costco garlic cloves in here. These ones are the nice varieties like Music and some like Hardy Russian. I forget exactly what. But yeah, my garlic's looking a lot better than previous years. And along the side of the garlic here on the side of the bed, I planted peas. I don't know, I just had a lot of peas that I had to plant out. And they're looking like they're doing good. I don't think they're hurting the garlic. They're just kind of trellising up it. But hopefully I get a ton of peas because I got them all over the place. They're all doing pretty healthy. But let me take these garlic scapes and get back to you. All right, so I got pretty loaded up with scapes here. Cutting these, this stuff smells amazing. This is basically a couple more things. Just from what I read, this is about the best time to harvest it once it makes a full loop. I mostly adhered to that. A lot of them didn't quite make a loop yet, or the garlic is just like pretty immature, but I wanted to get them all out of the way right now. But that's a ton of garlic. Apparently you can use it as you would just regular garlic. It's like you get a second garlic harvest basically. And I saw a recipe for like a garlic scape pesto, which looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna give that a try, which means I'm gonna have to take some of the basil. I forgot to harvest. I have like a little section of basil. I'll get that in a minute. But one thing I did notice with my garlic, while a lot of it looks healthy, it's got this, I think this is called like witch's broom or something like that, where it's like, instead of like just like these big leaves coming out, you start getting all these, looks like a broom. And I think that means that the bulb production's getting, something happened with the bulb production. It might be because of all the wet weather we had, or how it was getting really hot and then dropped back to colds. I think I read that could cause it, but basically your garlic will still be perfectly edible, but it might mess with it, so like for long-term storage. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm not ready to harvest it yet because you're supposed to harvest once like I think like the first like 2 or 3 sets of leaves turn yellow, and right now I just got like one dead leaf down here, so they seem like they still got more time to grow. I think at the end of June or maybe early July I'll harvest. See how that goes. Now let's move on to some of the other stuff in the garden, but I'm pretty happy with the garlic, even if it does end up having that witch's broom condition. This is, oh man, a Chojuro Asian pear. Didn't put out a ton of fruit. I'm hoping I actually get to eat some of it. It's got a few of them on here. According to James Prigioni, if you watch him, it tastes like butterscotch, so I'm looking forward to that. A little worried about that little scuff there, but some of them don't have the scuff. This is a Moore Park apricot. I saw a couple flowers, but looks like I didn't end up getting any fruit. That's fine. Here's my other strawberry patch. I got some red variety in the front here, and then tried to get cute and along here I got like a yellow and a white variety. A lot of flowers, a lot of like little mini berries. So I don't think these are going to be ready for a while, but I did see some red berries I can take. And also it looks like the red ones are throwing out a ton of runners, which is cool because that just means free strawberry plants, and I'm going to relocate those as needed. But yeah, even the red one, it looks like it's gonna be a while before it's fully giving me a lot of full ripe berries. I saw a few. I think the heavy amount of rain we're getting is messing with it too, because I'm getting like split berries. Luckily the tomatoes aren't out yet, because you know with tomatoes, if they get overwatered, they split really easy. Oh yeah, I see a few in here I can grab. Let me grab those and get back to you. Didn't get that many more berries actually, but I added them to the collection when I did get. But a lot of runners, a lot of berries in waiting. Unfortunately, it's been so wet that I have to get in here and really like dig out some of these leaves and stuff, because it's like causing a lot of like rot issues and stuff. I'm having berries that I have to just throw away because they're sitting on the soggy leaves down at the bottom. And also we tried, my wife and daughter painted these up. Kind of rubbing off on my hand here. But little trick rocks, trick the birds hopefully into try to eat the rocks, and they don't like it, so they don't eat your ripe berries. I don't know if it's working, but we're trying it. All right, actually, let me walk you back over here. This is my other Strawberry patch under the tree here. This is Old North Sea variety. Apparently like some really old, cold hardy variety. It's putting out a bunch of berries, it looks like. Not as prolific as last year, but I see a lot of green berries. Hopefully I'll get a nice harvest off of that. Another bowl full. As you can see, I kind of just threw tomatoes up randomly. I have a ton of tomato seedlings. I still have more. The figs aren't doing too great back here, honestly. They died all the way back down to the ground. And then I think they're just not getting enough sun back here. This pomegranate's looking nice. This is my original pomegranate I planted. I did do 4 new ones. There's another fig. We thought they were a total loss of figs, honestly, but then they just sprang back up finally. It took them real late in the season. This is my gooseberry. Has some immature berries on it. Another fig. I forget what that guy is. Some walking stick kales planted around. There's my last fig. This is a black cherry tree. No fruit this year. Had a couple flowers, but nothing's gonna really happen with it. Another blueberry bush. Has some blueberries on it. My daughter's been eating just the green berries. I don't know if I'll get to actually try a blueberry. This is my other sweetie pie. Blackberry bush. I mean, if I don't get to eat a bunch of blackberries this year, I don't know what. I should just quit the whole thing, the whole garden game, because it looks like I should have 1,000,000 blackberries spread out across a bunch of plants. So if I don't get to eat blackberries, I'm doing something real wrong. Got my apple tree here. Got a few nice looking apples on it. Pretty decent size on them. Doesn't have too many apples on the tree overall, but I'll be happy this is my first year where I actually get to eat some fruit off the fruit trees. This year I did add in 3 more wood raised beds, 8x4, 12 inches tall. I use these bricks from Home Depot to kind of just slot them in with some rebar. I don't know how much I really like them. They work okay. It's easy for them to shift around though, even with the rebar. I'm still on the fence about them, but I'll stick with them for now. I have like some cabbage and some broccoli, a couple zucchini. These are Chinese eggplant. And these are purple tomatillo in the front here. I never grew tomatillo before. 3 of the 4 are looking real nice. One on the right is looking a little scrawny for some reason. But they do have some awesome flowers. And from what I read, these things get really out of control as far as like how bushy they get. So that might be a problem in the future, we'll see. But stuff in this bed's doing pretty good. In this bed, I got more Chinese eggplant. What's this? Canary bell pepper. They're like a yellow, really sweet pepper. Some San Marzano. Got 4 San Marzano in here, tomatoes. Some dill at the end. I forget, what is this? Zucchini rampicante. Not doing too great. I'm gonna have to hit it with some liquid newts. Same thing over here. These certainly aren't doing fabulous over here. They're really yellow. I don't know why. I hit them with a lot of fertilizer, I feel like, in the beginning. The tomatoes are doing good. I have some flowers planted in the middle here. And here's some other peppers. Lipstick pepper, Ajarski. Ajvarski? I don't know, I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sure. They're looking a little scrawny. And these 2 over here are, what is that, Lesia? They're supposed to be like one of the sweetest peppers. I'm trying to keep all the sweet peppers down low in these beds because my daughter likes to just pick the stuff and eat it. So I figure I'll do her a favor and not destroy her taste buds. This is, oh, I have a fruit. Oh, if that gets ripe, that'd be awesome. This is one of my pluots, I think. Let me see. Flavor Grenade Pluot. So if I get to try those, that'd be pretty awesome. I put some strawberries down along the floor there underneath. Got a pomegranate here. Another pomegranate over here. This is my Galaxy Peach, I believe it is. It's basically like a donut peach, but it's supposed to get bigger. This one, oh, yep, we got some fruit on these guys too. Look at those. Looks like I got some type of, I don't know, that's gonna pick up. It's like a spider exoskeleton or something on there. But yeah, it's got fruit. Let's see if I can see anything from under here. Yeah, definitely more than a few. That'd be cool if I get to try those. Oh yeah, there's actually a lot of them. Looks like these like to grow close to the main branches. I don't really see any on the side branches. Oh, there's one hiding down here. Awesome. Cool. A little bit of leaf curl on this, not too bad. Let's see, another pomegranate. It's another one of my pluots. This thing's only been in the ground. This is the second year. And I trimmed it back pretty majorly. And look how big this thing's getting. These pluots, they just really grow. I'm gonna have to come in here and prune heavily once again. Got my Montmorency tree here. Oh, geez, look at all those aphids on the tips here. These ants love to just farm aphids on all my trees. But I'll come in here and spray them with some bug soap, and that really knocks them out, no problem. Looks like as far as getting any cherries this year, I struck out. So I'm hoping next year, just like gangbusters with the cherries, because I got 3 pretty large cherry trees now. So I'm hoping next year, they had a few flowers this year. Hoping next year is the year. Yeah, I do have some more apples though. Not too shabby. Oh yeah, look at that. Starting to get some blush on there. This is my nectarine tree. Also getting humongous, and I pruned it super heavily. Maybe I'll have to prune even more than I thought. But this thing's getting big. I do have a lot of nectarines on it, or at least I hope I still do. Yep, you see them around. It does have some leaf curl damage going. I got to do a better job of spraying in the dormant season. I didn't realize you had to spray in the dormant season, so I had the copper spray, but I didn't even use it. I'm like, oh, I'll just use it once the leaves come out. But that's not the right thing to do. You have to spray it a couple times during the dormant season. So, well, I'll do better next year. Live and learn. Some boysenberries back here. They got little fruit on them. I think this is a type of raspberry. I'm not sure. But a lot of little raspberries. I forget what this thing is too. This one's not looking as good as the other ones. It's kind of like more yellowish green compared to the other ones. A really dark green. I use berry tone on all of them. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe need some liquid. This is my third Sweetie Pie blackberry Oh, just accidentally fell in a hole. This one's fruiting. Got a lot of fruit on it still. Some flowers. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should have like 10 pounds of blackberries easy, but I really don't know. Couple of curveballs in here I didn't get in the ground yet. This is feijoa or pineapple guava. I'm trying those out. I got 4 of them. They, I don't know, they look really interesting. It's an evergreen. It's supposed to be able to survive in my zone, but we'll see. I got 4 of them, 4 different types. I got the 4 pomegranate, which definitely survive low temperatures. These I believe will also survive, and these things can get pretty big, like 10, 12 plus feet, and they get wide, but you know, through pruning, you could keep them whatever size you need to. But I got 4 different varieties of those, and the fruit looks really interesting. And the cool thing about those is basically once you just wait for the fruit to hit the ground and you know it's ripe. There's no guessing. It actually drops off once it's ripe. Apple tree, this one didn't give me any flowers this year. No fruit. Coming up to the end of the tour here. Got my kids' playhouses. My wife made a really cool path. There's another feijoa. They're just in the pot still because I'm not 100% where I want to put them. She did some creeping thyme along this path. Just hoping to fill in the whole path with creeping thyme. We have some seeds going in the basement. But you can see, like, even with wood chips, the weeds just want to win. It's just an ongoing battle with these weeds. I tried the vinegar spray, vinegar and some soap, but it clogged up my sprayer. But the vinegar does seem to work. So I just gotta like use less soap basically. I'm gonna come back out here and spray everything. Oh man. Some of these weeds are not that bad to deal with because they pluck out easy. Other ones not so much. I did put an eggplant over here and on the other corner because my daughter likes to just rip those off and eat them, so figured why not put some near our houses. I have 2 of these like pyramid trellis things going. Trying to have like a cucumber and bean situation going up the top. I had the wing beans last year. Wing beans are just okay, they're not my favorite, but my daughter liked them. And this is another pluot. No fruit on this one. I think it did have a lot of flowers, but it didn't end up holding on to any fruit. I don't know if I just didn't have the right one to cross-pollinate with it or not, but looks like that about wraps it up. Alright, so this is my final harvest from my garden / homestead. Not too bad for so early in the season. Got my little radish experiments here. First time garlic scapes. Strawberries coming in with about that much every day now. And I had 18 eggs. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. I'm sure this video is about an hour long. I don't know. I was just walking around rambling for a while. If you watched the whole thing, thank you. If you just zoom through, thanks also. I know it's probably going on for a while and there's a lot I missed, I'm sure. But I'll try to do these check-ins, maybe not full-on tours like every week or so, because now that the weather is getting warmer, it looks like next week we're almost in the 90s a couple days. So now that the weather's getting warmer, tomatoes, peppers, everything should be growing a lot better. So it should look a lot different week over week. Thanks for watching. See you next time.